class.
Clearly, but that's okay. So yeah, potato metal. I literally put together an entire stream of potato metal for the night. I'm excited for it. What's the worst that could happen? Hey, Mariano. Hey, everybody. So good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. I am trying to get some stuff sorted out. I am hoping and praying. Yeah, you're on Team Crim. Hashtag Team Crim. You just come out of pity. That's fair. No problem. So maybe Ron can like fake the spam for me. That would be great. And then we can at least pretend that the show is under control. Yeah, this time of year is hard. I cannot wait. YouTube sucks. Okay, bye. Head over there. I can't wait until dumpster fire savings time gets fixed and my show goes back to being at 6 p.m. It is so much better for me. That 1 hour makes all the difference in the world. It allows me to get home, start the stream, do everything. Now, I will say, I did do a lot of work today, and so we're not perfect. The layout is not perfect, but it is getting a little better. If you're looking at the video, if you're watching the video, which I see some of you are, I got lots of good music for you tonight. Most of it is older music. It's actually not that much new music tonight. I am saving some. Hi, more people are jumping in. So there will be mostly older music tonight, not as much. Everybody's making hashtag Team Crim a thing, which is funny because somebody immediately, sorry, let's try and fix this. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's real fucking high def now too, which is great, except it's my face, so it's not so great. But yeah, so Team Crim, Ron has been making Team Crim happen, which is both good and bad, because there was also the Pergonat, the Pergonat rumor that went around. So I'm hoping, I'm hoping that things get a little bit more under control. So cool. I'm hoping that we can do the thing. I'm sure Ron will take care of that. Otherwise, I'll have to do it. It's going to be a whole thing. Yeah, YouTube chat works. Like I said, it's just what it is. Now, I will say, do you want to see one of the fancy things that I think I hooked up correctly today? It might fail. It may not work at all, because it's entirely possible that I did it wrong, okay? But Darsico was my latest subscriber on YouTube. So he literally did it seconds before I had my alerts up, and it was right after the stream finished. So I thought we could try and give Darsico, oh, hang on, over there, a shout out for subscribing on YouTube. So let's just see if it works. You guys tell me, can you see and hear this? Yes? Maybe? It kind of looks like it's working. I can see that on the side there. Did it work? If it didn't work, nobody cares. It doesn't matter. It's fine. And we will move into the show very shortly. I'm slowly becoming a real girl. I'm slowly becoming a real streamer. Team Cream. Oh boy. I can see where tonight's going for sure. So there you go. If you follow or subscribe or do whatever it is that, you know, streamers are supposed to get you to do so you come back and watch their show more often, then it'll be fucking magic. You will see it and it will do a thing and it will pop up and it's very cool and there's a guitar and... All right, so let's do some goddamn potato metal, you potato-headed fucks. And it is, there's still so few people here, but the people who are here are the ones who know what's up. E Turner X, hi. I think I see a battle axe, or I did briefly anyways. Oh yeah, she's there. Very cool. All right. So people are hopping in. Ron has still not done just the regular tag. Hey, Solo. Oh, he did. I lied. No, he didn't. Why? Ron, are you avoiding, like, pinging my stupid FullForce Radio tag? Is there a reason that we're not doing it? Let people know. Anyways, all right. So here's the deal. Tonight is after last week when we were talking about the utter absurdity. We were talking about the utter absurdity of ungendering Mr. Potato Head. Because we did. The regular tag, that happened. I don't see it anywhere, Ron. Am I an idiot? Fair enough. Oh, it did. I'm a liar. Okay, fair enough. Cool. It's just me. I just suck. So no problem. Fair enough. So everybody's talking about how Mr. Potato Head got ungendered, and we thought that was friggin' ridiculous. And then a bunch of my friends who either watch the show and don't actually come to the chat because they're afraid of all of you, or who do listen to the show quietly in shame, or who don't at all, they were razzing me, and we were having a conversation about potatoes. And there were terrible YouTuber jokes about women doing things with tubers, potatoes. And it got out of control quickly. But I accepted the challenge last week while we were having just our chill stream last week with just a couple of you. I said, you know what? Fuck yeah, I accept the challenge. I am going to put together an entire playlist based around and roughly inspired by potatoes. Why not? I can do this. I know enough that I can do this. And I will say, it was a bit of a acid. Yeah, Mew is genderless. Perfect. So I can do it, and I did do it. And so tonight we're going to listen to, there's a little bit of everything. It's lightly farming related. There's a lot of reliance on dirt because let's face it, it's metal. But it is indeed at least an hour and a half of music. At least an hour and a half of music that is dedicated to potatoes. So, you know, that's fine. Wherever you may be watching, wherever you may be listening, I see more of you wandering in. The YouTube is bumping. There's people on Twitch. If you're on Theta or Trovo, you're one of my new sort of exports. We can't see you on the overlay, so go ahead and chat, and you'll pop up in the Discord, and I'll be able to answer you. Anyways, Julia Santa makes you want to cook potatoes. I will say, as an Eastern European who would be afraid of these lovely people, my friends, for sure. They are very nervous because all they've ever seen is the memes that you guys make of me. You make memes, and then it's me with dildos, or it's me with, last week El Gecko had my boobs dancing on their own. So, you know, it's just, you bring it on yourself. Now, with all that being said, hey, Leonis, good to see you, man. With all that being said, with all of you guys watching all around the web, we have some new things hooked up. Like I said, I'm generally improving the stream to become more of a real streamer. I have hooked up a bunch of weird notifications and things like that. So we'll see if they work. And we'll kind of go forward from there. And the other thing is, I think we talked last week that merch is, I am pretty sure this new company is going to work out. So I'm hoping a merch portal will be, you feel dead inside. Cool. Like a potato, like a raw potato. Let me feed your soul with starchy metal goodness. But what I was going to say is, yeah, merch. I'm hoping merch portal goes live before the end of the month. So that's cool too. Lots of thumbs up today. I could still thumbs up, right? It's the okay hand sign that gets me canceled for being racist or white or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to ask. We'll have to figure it out later on. So, being from the Eastern Bloc and being Ukrainian and loving a lot of Polish people, potatoes are just life. Potatoes are life. We like potatoes as potatoes. We like potatoes in our bread. We like potatoes in our vodka. We're all about fucking potatoes. So I am happily going to feed you nourishing music tonight. I have some pretty ridiculous stuff that we'll see where you guys get. I will try and kind of cycle some of the heavier stuff towards the back of the show, because that's usually when I get good and drunk and you get good and drunk and we have a hell of a time. So with most of you guys watching now on alternative streaming media, we can get going. I do have some more kind of things to share with you, but I just thought, you know what? Fuck it. If everybody is going to share pictures of very rude potatoes, I am absolutely going to find some music to put in your ears. And then we'll go forward from there. And then a little later on, I will get the dog. And I see that, I didn't even see this one with the giant dildo. Gosh, that is a pile of memes. That's just a pile of memes full of dildos. This is my life. We'll see. I'll have to feature these somewhere on the site, I think. All right, so I'm going to start us off because, because why the fuck not? I am going to start us off, actually with something Let's start off with something a little bit progressive and kind of light. We haven't featured a good lady singer in a while. And you know what? Let's do the one that's right on the nose. Believe it or not, there is a band that I've played for you before. Now, I don't actually know really what's happening with them and their discography or anything, but they put out one album in the mid 2000s. I want to say like 2013, 2014. They put out one album. And the band name is Destiny Potato. And I've actually played a Destiny Potato track for you. I went back and I looked. The first time I played Destiny Potato for you, fabulous listeners. Yeah, see, Marco's over there. What? Serbia? Potatoes are life. It's the Eastern Bloc. We all know. I don't know about you guys if it's just like... What is this? Man is hungry. He steal potato to feed family. Get home. Find all family have gone Siberia. More potato for me, man think. But potato have worm. I'm sure this is some game reference that I'm totally not getting, but I just read that in an angry Russian voice. Let me play you guys the Destiny Potato. Then I will collect myself. I will get chilled down and we will get actually into the real live stream. My name is Crimson Clad. This is Full Force Radio. Every Thursday I play good metal music for you. Prog, hard rock, irreverent talk. Last week ended up being a bundle of fun. And I will go do the tweet thing so we can have more people partying up in here with us. You love sweet potatoes. You learned that you can eat the leaves. Now, you know, I didn't know that. And I'm actually leaning on the fact that for a regular potato plant, or at least sort of like the ones that we know of as white, if I can... racially identify a potato, they actually have a ton of poisonous bits. Did you know this? I remember this because when I was a little kid, my mom would be like, don't eat the green parts of the potato. They're super poisonous, which I mean, I think is probably not true. But it's a potato Latvian joke. Oh, okay, fair enough. But I found out about this, so I've even found ways to like work that into tonight's playlist. So if you can eat sweet potatoes, that makes them even better. Let me do the thing. Retweet. No, I gotta make a new tweet. Come on. Don't like, I'm finally fucking stepping up. I'm finally becoming a useful DJ. Their fruits are super toxic. See, you're gonna learn things on tonight's show. I know all about potatoes. Listen, let me play Destiny Potato for you guys. Well, bright, cheery, weird, progressive, female-fronted metal. We'll come back. We got lots of things to chat about tonight, but mostly it's a hangout. We might art. We might just... I could talk in a fake Moldovan accent because you guys seem to love any time that I do, like, the Moldovan, long live Molvania, space race, fucking... I don't even know what accent. It's always a hit, and I think it actually really speaks to the overall intelligence of the people who watch my show. And that's fine. Here, have some music, and we will sort of get ourselves in the mood for a great Full Force Radio show. My name is Crimson Clad. You are listening, hopefully somewhere on MSP Waves. The track is called Blue Sun. There you go, Destiny Potato. My name is Crimson Clad. Hey, if you are just rocking up, this is FullForce Radio. I'm here every Thursday night, Friday morning, whatever time it is for you, wherever you are right now. And I play metal music, and often there are themes, sometimes. I mean, go fish. It's always a little bit different. I try and spend a lot of time putting together really cool playlists, finding stuff to talk to you about. A bunch of people have hopped in. I'm seeing more and more people watching on the other streams. I am seeing more and more of you hanging out in the Discord chat. Sunravel Me, hello, and to everybody else who's hopped in. Now, Sunravel Me made me laugh, and Road to Nowhere, I haven't seen you in ages, so I'm so glad you're here. And yeah, Corbin is one of our listeners, watchers, hangouters. We need a name. I think we used to be the Full Force Piranhas, but we might need a name for everyone because we had that and it was cool and you guys liked being the Full Force blankety blank blanks. But we might need one that rolls off the tongue. The Full Force Fork Tender Patats. That's all of you tonight. You fork tender babies. But he's supposed to be here because he's the potato slave. I don't even know why we called him the potato slave. The Crimson Cult. Yeah, maybe. I'm okay with that. We always joke that my cult is the best cult, and I agree because, I mean, I wouldn't make you kill yourselves. That is so counterintuitive to having a cult. Like, if I finally lure you all into my service, the last thing I want is for all of you to kill yourselves. That's not what I would be happy with at all. The Krimlers? Is that like a Herr Himmler, but Krimler? Not Hitler, Himmler. They're two different people. Hey, Patience, Sarah, good to see you. Having been in a cult, this is the best cult. I feel like there's a lot of story behind the fact that you were already in a cult. That's wild. That's a low bar. Yeah, it is. But you know what? We're inclusive of everybody here. I don't want you to kill yourself. I will let you choose what footwear to wear with your robe. All of the robes will be crimson. It's true. You need to be clad in crimson because I am crimson clad. And, you know, that's very on brand. But I will say... Oh, no, please don't Heil Crim. No, nope. Let's stay fun and inclusive for everyone and hopefully not in any way, shape, or form too gross. But with that being said, you can choose your footwear. So I want you guys to all know that while you're considering what you might be wearing around the farm, because since we're potatoes tonight, we'll have the cult be on a farm. That makes sense to me on a number of levels. You could choose your footwear. Accessorize accordingly. Look good. Feel great. Footwear and keeping your feet happy. It's a very important part of being successful and getting a lot done day to day, right? If your feet aren't happy, then you're not happy. Now, I will notice I'm just looking behind me in the camera. This album is shifted. Look at this. What's going on? What's going on here? Gonna have to fix that. I'm in the process of getting a new camera, but I will say that this one looks a lot better. I hope you feel that way anyways. So you can choose your footwear, but no pants allowed. See? Exactly. You wear your robe. There's nothing under your robe. You're swanging in the breeze, but you have supportive footwear. My cult is the best cult. So tonight is the potato night. Now, I will say, I didn't see any of the new stuff firing in terms of subs, and I did see some. So it's supposed to be subs, follows, donations, everything that you normally do on streaming software. So I'm sorry, I hooked it up. If it doesn't fire and I somehow see it and it comes up in one of these feeds, I will do my best to make a lot of noise about it. It's only been hooked up for like 1 day, so just bear with me. I'm the world's shittiest streamer. You guys have been hanging out with me and making it better. So tell me what's going on in your lives. Tell me what's been happening since the last time I saw you. And look, see, Viking Adventure already has a crimson cloak. He's got the cape. It's all just falling into place, kids. It's all fucking falling into place. I love it. It's fantastic. World's greatest worst streamer. That's me. So I will say, I was going to mention, Sunravel Me sent me a link, and I wanted to throw this out there because, again, you guys are the ones who are with me every single week. You're the ones who know me better than I know myself. You guys are the ones who make this show so worth it. Hi, more people on YouTube. The chat's working tonight, so you can actually chat with us. You know, you are what make this show so worth it. You are, you know, where I draw a lot of my inspiration from. And it's quite funny because Sunravel Me sent me a link in DM. And she knows, and many of you may know, that I am wildly obsessed with cephalopods. You've been enjoying the COVID stats dump by going out more. Good for you. Atta kid. There's an outside. Outside must be lovely. What's it like out there in the real world? So here's the deal. I love cephalopods. I like all things underwater tentacly. It's not a hentai reference. It legitimately is that cuttlefish are basically the best fucking thing in the world. And Sun sent me a link specifically talking about how cuttlefish right now, I can't even remember, like a cuttlefish actually fucking managed to pass a cognitive test for children. Now, I'm trying to decide if this means that cuttlefish are exactly as smart as I've always thought they were, or if it means that children are fucking idiots. And I feel like the answer is probably somewhere in the middle. But I put the link in chat. This cephalopod, look at him. Look at his... Pass the test, cognitive test designed for human children. Well, we know Trump isn't very good at them. Or maybe he is, I don't know. Didn't he brag, it's smarter than your audience? Yeah, arguably. I would be so happy if you were all cuttlefish. I like you in your current forms. I do indeed appreciate you as able to wear cloaks and also footwear of your choosing. But if you could be cuttlefish, I would indeed enjoy you immensely. So, you know, don't take it to heart that I might love you slightly more if you were a cephalopod. I accept you for who you are. But yeah, so Sunravel Me is basically saying this was the marshmallow test, which is delaying gratification. I don't know if you've ever done this. I am a complete failure at it. Gratification and I go hand in hand. But the idea is, you know, if you don't, you'd like to know exactly how one tests a cephalopod. Well, the idea is the marshmallow test, if you've ever heard of it. Hi, Qua, good to see you, man. If you've ever heard of it, is the idea of if you don't eat the one marshmallow now and you wait, you will get more marshmallows later. So I'd love to know where you guys fall on this scale. Are you good at delaying gratification? Are you good at waiting? Do you have the skill of knowing that good things can come to those who wait? And can you force yourself to wait for something you want? Now, arguably, a lot of you guys are in crypto, which would mean that you definitely probably are pretty good at waiting for what you want. And whether it's purposeful or not, many of you are probably pretty fucking delayed in your gratification. But here we are in a bull run. So, you know, you did it. Go team. Sunravel Me is a delayed gratification master. Atta girl. Honestly, I'm pretty good when it comes to somebody else saying, hey, I need you to wait, or hey, can you do this? But at the end of the day, if it's food, I can't wait. I am a fat girl. I would eat the crap out of those marshmallows. I'd be turning over all the shit in the room looking for more marshmallows. When it comes to food, it's like, there's no delay of gratification. Give it all to me. Put it all in my mouth now. All of the potatoes, put it in my face. I'm willing to say that here. Between me and you and the couple dozen people watching, I 1,000% will not wait. And I will eat all your food. And I really don't care if there's more food later. I'll find that too. I'm fat and I'm determined. So maybe I don't delay gratification, but I'm going to eat all your food. And then I'll beat you up and take more food. So marshmallow test failed. Does that mean I'm smarter or less smart than a cuttlefish? These are the good questions that we're going to ask here tonight. You're waiting to lose your virginity when you're 40. You hear it's the best by then. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, we're laughing, hodling for 10 years. It's true. I'm, hey, Will Metcalf. Hey, that's really cool. I saw you follow on Twitter today. Big shout out. And I believe you are an Actifitter, right? Do you do live streams on Actifit? Given that we're literally talking about potatoes tonight, I know that's not the best possible food for being fit and awesome. However, I'm talking about eating a lot of food, and I'm just hemorrhaging listeners on different platforms. But that being said, I'm pretty sure that you do cool Actifit stuff, right? So you could pimp your stuff in chat. Thanks for coming to hang out tonight. That's very cool. Check this out. You're literally the most patient person ever. Well, good for you guys, because when it comes to crypto, I sure am. All right, so songs tonight about potatoes, roughly potato-ish. I do have a couple that don't quite fit. They're new music from bands that I've wanted to put in your ears. But that being said, I am trying to decide what sort of order to play some of the stuff for you in. And I'm thinking, I will play, I'm going to play something a little bit proggy again. And I'm going to play this early on because I know some of you guys, especially who are really into the more progressive kind of genty, beautiful guitars and things like that, you often come a little bit earlier. I'm not looking at the teachers in the crowd, but Sunravel Me, I know some of you who are more into this style of music come a little earlier in the show. So I'm going to move into... Look at this. Sunravel Me's got, I think you should all throw cephalopod chat in there. It makes me so happy. Two Latvians look at clouds. One see potato, other see impossible dream. Is same cloud. All right. So I want to play a track by a group called Infinity Shred. Now, I've played these guys for you before, and they're a really interesting band because they do straddle the line somewhere between synthwave and not even like synthwave when we think of it as more like kind of the retro sound, but more like shredwave, that sort of synth heavy, dream-like, really sort of electronic kind of pieces with really complex, beautiful guitar parts, really interesting rhythms, and yeah, of course, that perfect shred. So I'm going to play these guys, and I am leaning pretty heavily on the earth metaphor tonight. Believe it or not, there isn't a whole lot of metal that actually, like, on the nose says potato in it. So there's a lot of dirt, there's a lot of getting buried, there's a lot of, like, molding under the ground, eyes, things like that. It's a metaphorical potato journey tonight, but every track on the playlist in some way, shape, or form can be tied back to potatoes, no matter how tenuous the connection. So just be fucking proud of me, okay? I'm gonna play Infinity Shred, and this is, I ended up kind of going through their whole discography, and I picked a song that I like a lot. It's from an earlier album called Earth, and the song is called Earth, right? Potatoes, where do they grow? In the ground. I shouldn't have to explain that to you, but I will, because if anything, it's probably reflective on the fact that I don't do a good job. But I'm bringing this up because Infinity Shred just started releasing some new singles. So if you like this track that I play for you, you should absolutely start checking out some of these new tracks that have been released by Infinity Shred. They do a lot of not quite metal, not quite electronic, cool soundtracks, really beautiful stuff. And for some of you, I introduced you to an album called Forever a Fast Life. It's gorgeous, and I want you to enjoy this. So I'm gonna play some Infinity Shred for you, some Earth. Welcome to Earth. And when we come back, we will continue on with Potato Metal. My name is Crimson Clad. This is FullForce Radio. I'm going to test out a bunch of the other features and do some fiddling in the background. I hope you enjoy. You're listening to MSP Waves. Oh, Lord. All right. Beautiful track by Infinity Shred called Earth. And yeah, it does have a little bit of an 8-bit sound to it. We'll let them fade away. Ooh, you know what? Let it get to the end. It is one of those albums that actually is start to finish. There's no gaps. So it's a gapless playback album, so I had to cut it off there. Hey, my name is Crimson Clad. Welcome to FullForce Radio. And let me jump back to the webcam screen. Hi to everybody who's joining us. Not everybody is showing up on the overlay, but we're getting pretty close. Every week I talk about, hey, I've done something good. Hey, I've fixed it. And it's getting a little bit better. So big high fives. Things are looking really nice. Alerts are working. The featured members are down in Discord. I've pulled out some of the irrelevant stuff, like some of the bots. They don't show up anymore. So the feature is exactly you and all your bright and shining faces. My name is Crimson Clad. Now, this week, we are doing metal inspired by the mighty potato. And in case you missed it, we actually even fucking named the show Totally Tubular Tracks #Brutal Potato. Because of course, the show always has a delightful name. You need to be able to find the playlist again in Spotify after the fact. And I've got all sorts of music inspired by potatoes. Now, we've started off so many high fives. Can I self high five on stream? Boom, there you go. Oh. Sorry. I keep forgetting that I have, this happens every week. I keep forgetting that I have touch sensitive headphones. I immediately do something to smash myself in the head, and then I start playing a track that I don't mean to start playing. But the reality is we started off a little bit lighter. We started off with some Dusty Potato, some Infinity Shred. As we go down the list tonight, there will be some heavier stuff. So don't you worry if you are one of those kids who loves the black metal. We got some of that. Everything from Bellacore to Megadeth to Amorphous. Yeah, there's a Megadeth track that I could tie to potatoes, motherfuckers. So it's going to be a fun one tonight. I got a lot of bands that I want to tell you guys about. Is Nine Claws here? I haven't seen Nine in a bit. And actually, Eileen isn't here yet, but Eileen is doing an AMA. So one of our long timers, the best and noisiest high five ever. Yeah, you know, apparently I elbowed myself in the side of the head while giving myself a self high five. If that's not impressive, I don't know what is. So I do indeed want to continue on and play some more music for you guys tonight. And she is always looking. But what I was going to say is Qua is here, and Eileen is one of our regular listeners, and she loves that I will always sing "Hello, Eileen" to her. And she's an AMA going. That's one of Qua's things. So if you're around the blockchain, if you come and hang out at FullForce every week, if you're not on the blockchain, let me know and I'll get you an account. We onboard everybody up in here. But at the same time, there's an AMA and you should all go participate in it. Qua will, I'm sure, drop the link in chat. So I was taking a look at some of the stuff that's been happening around the platform, and the AMA community is bumping. Qua is doing a great job, and I will be looking forward to actually creating a FullForce community. It exists, technically. I have the account for it. I have the badge for it. So if you are interested in joining in and you're around the chain, if you're not, that's okay too. I want to get people who like this show and who also are just interested in metal stuff and hanging out, doing some posting themselves. So all you people over there on the YouTube, all you people cycling in and out on Twitch, I would like, hi Artsy, I would love to have you participating in the community. Thank you, Cly. Thank you, Cly. It's good to see that it's good to see that the memes are not going to die. And actually, it's quite funny. I will say I'm using Streamlabs now because a lot of you guys have sent me messages asking, hey, what's the software you're using? How do I get started streaming? You know, what can I do? And I mentioned that part of the reason that I switched to Streamlabs as the software, it is still OBS, but it's a proprietary version. So they've taken the open source OBS software and they've made it look a little prettier and they've done some UI tweaks, but they've also done some custom DAP custom dApps. Jesus. Custom widgets. I'm used to talking about the blockchain. Cut me some slack. They made some custom widgets and a bunch of things like that. So that's how I can do things like show off that who's here, who's not here. I don't know. Who should we feature on the overlay? Here, look. I can do things like that now because I'm using Streamlabs. And so it's great. It's awesome. But at the same time, I'm also learning lots of bits and bobs. And one of my complaints, because everybody was asking, well, how do you do the thing where we can fuck with your stream? How do we get it so, you can have text to speech and all the other stuff that people want, to be able to mess with? How do we launch emojis across your screen and things like that? And Streamlabs allows that. Well, today I spent probably at least an hour customizing a tipping page that allows you to interact with the stream that way. And I went to publish it at the very, very end. And it was like, nah, you got to pay us money. And I'm just like, oh my God, I hate shit like that. I hate shit like that. So I'm throwing it out there that I promise you that I will never get you to sign up for, use, or interact with anything that isn't fully featured for free. Because that's bullshit and I'm angry. I'm fucking angry. I still put the tipping link on some of the other places, but I'm throwing it out there. That's annoying. God damn it. Use Vim TV. Use Theta. Use something blockchain based. Yeah, exactly. God damn it. So, yeah, Viking Adventure is saying that he hates that on stream. Yeah, exactly. Who does that? That's the most predatory shit. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Man, have you run into that? I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be something around the blockchain, but have you run into that recently? Because I'm starting to figure out that this is the future. This is where we're at. Nobody wants to consume ads anymore. No one wants to do free trials anymore. So this is what they do, is they just give you the services, or you think that you're going to get the service. And then at the very end, they're like, okay, enter your credit card now. Oh, you bastards. Be upfront with it. I promise to always be upfront with you, friends. But yeah, you hate text-to-speech on the overlays. Let me see. I think I can test a widget here. The only time text-to-speech will talk is if there is a large donation. And I'm never asking any of you for money, so don't worry about it. This is just a future feature, but I'm pretty sure that's the only time. We can test it.
This is a test donation for $7 Canadian.
There you go. And this is another thing. I don't know about you guys, but this is something that always comes up, especially when I road trip or I take people in my car. I don't know if you know, but if you use voice services, if you use something like, say, Google Maps, you can actually change the voice. You could change the text-to-speech voice. And so this was something that I spent time on all day, because it turns out you could choose the voice that reads your text-to-speech, but they hide that in the options. And why is cope trapped in my script? So here's the deal. I specifically went through and I picked the nicest voice I could find. But there are some terrifying voices in Google text-to-speech. Have you guys tested this? Now, my Maps app, if you've never, many of you guys don't use Google Apps, and I'm going to get a bunch of shit in the comments, and I'm going to get a bunch of shit in DMs saying, they're watching you. Nah. Yeah, they are. Okay. We've moved past that. Text-to-speech. The best thing you can do for yourself is change your text-to-speech, your Google Maps voice, to New Zealand. There is the most fabulous New Zealand woman's voice. It is amazing. Your Google Maps and taking like road trips and stuff will be so much better. Do this for yourself. Do this for yourself. Now, I know we talked about this in the past, that you can use apps and like download expensive ass voice packs, but do this for yourself. It's free, I promise. But I will tell you, the Streamlabs voices that I was testing, I was looking through the Canadian and US, it's US, let's face it, the US English, and I thought, Let me check these out. There's like 5 different voices. One of these must be good. There are terrifying fake electronic children's voices in Google's text-to-speech for the US. And it's the only country that has that. It's weird and uncomfortable. So it is funny though, because as you go through all the options, they all have names, they have personalities, they have a bunch of shit, and I'm not sure where I fall on the scale of this. You know, I'm all here for the Internet of Things, and we talk about this on Cyberbuzz a lot, but some of this shit is weird. Children are terrible enough without being digitized. Agree. Fully agree. And coming back to our cephalopods and potatoes. Did you clip myself high five? Amazing. Patient Zero, that's fabulous. Now everybody can watch me high five myself like a loser into infinity forever. I fucking love it. Thank you. I appreciate this. All right, let's potato it up. I actually have a lot of music tonight. I have a lot of cool stuff that I want to share with you. I got a lot of stuff that I want to put right in your fucking ears. So let's go to the other end of the spectrum. I did mention that I was going to play some Bellacore for you tonight. Now, Bellacore are from Australia, talking about those fabulous Aussie accents. I actually have 2 Australian bands on the playlist tonight, whether we get to them or not. We'll see. But I want to play Bellacore for you. They are what I would consider some really excellent sort of bleak, I don't even know what, bleak sort of Gothenburg death metal. They do a lot of metal inspired by nature. And so I was really kind of excited to try and fit them into the playlist tonight. Now, of course, we all are joking about potatoes and tubers and, you know, dirt and digging and all that stuff. So I want to play you a track called Roots to Sever. Now, this is off a pretty early Bellacore album, in 2016-ish. I often play stuff from you guys for the newest one. There you go. We got a little tentacled shot. It's adorable. Good work. Yeah. So I'm going to play you guys some Bellacore. And the reason that I picked this not only is because when you pick a potato, it's a root. It grows underground. It's a tuber. You pull the whole thing up and all the potatoes are hanging in the root system, right? Roots, dirt. I told you. I mean, honestly, I had to draw on roots and dirt a lot for the potato playlist. I'm going to play this for you. And then we will continue down into the musical journey tonight. So I'm going to play you this track. It's called Roots to Sever. My name is Crimson Clad. This is Full Force Radio. Potato metal up in here this evening with some Bellacore. This is some fabulous shreddy, meaty kind of death metal for you guys. We'll move on. I got everything across the board. We will do everything from memes to doom to Russian language all the way to finishing up with Iron Maiden. It's going to be a fun one tonight. I'm kind of excited, and I'm literally going to go save this image of me self-fiving myself right now. All right, here you go. Roots to Sever on MSP Waves. you go. Bellacore. Fucking fabulous stuff. A really great discography. I highly, highly recommend you check out their music. And I've got some more bands kind of in that vein for you. I will spread them out over the night. So, hey, welcome. Hello. My name is Crimson Cloud. I see lots of people hopping in all over the streams. Cool people hanging out here in the Discord because they want to be featured down below on the stream. Yes, you can indeed watch this. You can see it. You can watch it with your eyeballs on the stream. Interesting. Is the camera different between these two? Maybe not. Maybe it's just, I can't tell. Anyways, doesn't matter. You can watch this. You don't actually have to listen. Hey, Stace, it's fabulous to see you. So welcome if you're hopping in. I'm happy to have you. You could choose to watch and listen everywhere. I will quickly let everybody know because, of course, you may not realize it. Yeah, Viking Adventure has dropped the link. Very helpful. You can go to my website, fullforce.rocks. It will link you up with everywhere that you can watch and listen. Vim TV, it's on multiple channels. Theta TV, you can watch on YouTube. You can hang out on Twitch. You can go wherever makes you happy. We're also streaming on Trovo Live. And for those of you from Trovo, I don't have a way to show you down below. So I'm sorry. It's not that I don't love you. If you chat, it will show up. I'm pretty sure. So Trovo people, say hi. Now, with all that being said, I can see a couple of you, Clyde might actually be listening to that high quality stream on the website. Even the mspwaves.com website, if you're listening to the audio, should show up on the overlay. It's pretty cool. I want you to feel involved. You're part of the show. The whole show hinges on you and what you want. And you, dumb fucks, wanted potatoes. And that's what tonight is all about. So we are laughingly calling tonight Totally Tubular Tracks, hashtag Brutal Potato. And I am indeed playing an entire playlist inspired by the humble Spud. Oh, friends, we are all waiting for Qua to pop in chat so I can take my goddamn shot. I am looking forward to getting some more work done and continuing to amp up the stream. I'm back in it. Hi, Neil, good to see you. All of the people who come because you dumb fucks. Lovingly. I say that lovingly. But the reality is you keep trying to make this show dirtier and dirtier, and you keep trying to make this show sillier and sillier. And you know what? Watch out, because I will indeed oblige you. I just got a DM. Somebody's asking, what is the red thing behind you on the couch? It's actually a bunch of drill bits because I didn't clean my room. You can't tell, but directly out of shot down here is a bunch of molding and a level and a hacksaw and like a bunch of stuff because I was fixing up the lighting in the background. So one of the things that we talk about on this show a lot, and one of the things that we laugh about is I have this lighting behind me to kind of zhuzh things up a little bit. And I mean, I could, in theory, actually change it to be like, go along with my voice. Like, hang on, I'll show you. Let's just see. All right, here we go. It's rainbows, but they're voice-activated rainbows. I mean, is this enough? Is voice-activated rainbows traumatic enough for all of you? That is indeed what we are doing. Voice-activated rainbows. But yeah, so the thing that you guys have been asking about on the couch, they are drill bits. I hate the rainbows, and I'm going to turn them off. They're not nearly potatoey enough. But there you go. We can have a fucking rave up in here for FullForce Radio if you guys want. Ah! Ah! There you go. So now you've seen it. And yes, a lot of drill bits. So that's what I was doing. I was fixing up the room. Everything is constantly in flux around here. I'm constantly destroying things. I'm generally never leaving well enough alone. And I did indeed just drill a bunch of shit into my desk to make some new drawers. It's all to create a better live streaming experience for you. But now let me turn off the seizure lights here. Hang on. 1 second. I gotta remember how to do it. Nope. Yeah? Is that right? Are we good? Good. How's that? Is that better? Are we good? We're good. Okay. So it's potato night up in chat. Another one of the lurkers is lurking in the background. And in fact, lurking friend just sent me a picture of potatoes. He's literally cooking potatoes now as we speak. Now, was that Was that purposeful? Did you have the potatoes planned ahead of time? I need to know. I need to know. In fact, I'm going to copy this into chat. He's scared of all you guys. So he's actually too afraid to come into chat to show you, chat to show you, but he is indeed making potatoes right now. I need to know. I need to know if this was planned or if I have driven you all to cook potatoes. How's the second bathroom coming? It is not done. And actually, Viking Adventure had asked me earlier about this. So for those of you who come to the show and don't care, it doesn't matter, but you're all here and you're all listening. So I'll tell you, I am a DIY home renovator. And so what that means is I am cheap. I am cheap as hell. I'm so cheap. And so rather than pay big bucks to somebody to professionally fix my home, I attempt everything myself. Like, legitimately, everything I do myself. And so what that means in this case is that I have been working on renovating some bathrooms in my house. This is like a batleth now. We're going to go full Star Trek again because it seems like every episode we fall back into Star Trek. What was it last week? Who mourns for Morn? But so I'm working on my bathrooms. I'm working on my bathrooms right now. And I'm so cheap she won't accept 3 help. No, that's not true. That's not true. But the reality is I also don't have a lot of time for it. So, you know, I work on it whenever I can. And Sunravel me's asking about my plants. I'll fill you in on the plants again as well, too. He says, also the lurker says it was a total coincidence, but I don't know. Are you guys convinced by that? Because I'm not fully convinced by that. So the deal here is I am now ripping out my second downstairs bathroom, and I discovered that there's no shutoff valve down there. So I pulled the vanity halfway off the wall. I ripped the doors off it. I started loosening up the sink, and I got ready to disconnect the faucet underneath. I took everything out, and lo and behold, there's no shutoffs. So I started climbing around under the house. I'm following the pipes underneath in my crawl space. Nothing. No shutoff valves. So the bathroom fixing is it's paused for the moment. It is temporarily paused for the moment so that I can turn off all of the water to my house, empty all the pipes, and then install shutoff valves. And then I will rip out the vanity, replace the sink, replace the faucet. What is this? Whatever this rude thing is. Replace the faucet, and then go from there. All right, so there you go. I've answered all the questions that have been asked from me. I have filled you all in. Everyone is cooking potatoes. No speedways. I don't know what speedways mean. I'm assuming you mean the little like shutoffs that you just and they are like line cutoffs. No, because everybody hates me and my house is a piece of trash. It's okay. You get used to it. Let me play you some more potato music since you didn't come here for, you know, home renovation facts, although maybe you did. I'm going to play you guys some more music. Now, there was a band. You guys may or may not remember them. If you were into hard music in like the 90s, actually, I guess it wouldn't be the 90s. It would be the early 2000s. God, have you guys, I mean, COVID aside, how to empty all the pipes? I turn off the main valve at the start of the system in my house, and then I turn on the faucet till everything comes out, until there's nothing else, and it's just empty pipes. That's all. But so, unless that was a sex joke, in which case, I bet you can handle it. Guys always get me off track. You guys might remember Devil Driver. And they were around in, I said in my mind, the 90s. But I just realized, COVID aside, I have no concept of the passage of time. I don't know about you. But my brain literally cannot process the fact that it is now 2021. This is not some, like, I'm still writing 2020 on checks. I legitimately... I am caught in the heyday of my music. I am caught in the heyday of the metal that I listen to. And I realize very clearly that that I truly believe that it is still like, I don't know, 2005, 2006. I've just lost a decade. Do you have that? Do you think in a certain, oh, Julia, that's how you empty the pipes right there. Do you have that in your mind? Are you caught in like a certain time and you can't get out of it? Because I'm wondering if this is just a thing that happens when you get older. I don't feel old, but I'm getting older. I mean, I'm gonna be 40 sometime soon. I don't know. I mean, half of you guys are already 40 and you look fabulous and beautiful. So I'm not worried about it. I think 40 will be fun. But the reality is that's the number I'm creeping up on. And I realize I'm trapped in a singular decade. Are you? Since so many of you are giving me feedback and sending me dumb DMs and generally being troublesome here on Potato Night, I want to know, is your brain caught in a certain decade or a certain time? You're going to be 40 in like half a decade. I'm turning 36 this year. That is over 35. That is on the way to 40. That is, honestly, as I was told very recently by some of the gentlemen around Hive, they're always quite surprised when I tell them my age. Here's the thing. If you eat a lot of potatoes and you stay real chubby, people will think I am. Yeah, I'm actually a 4,000-year-old Wendigo. Well, actually, I'm not even that. I'm not even a witch. I'm actually a man. There are no real girls on the internet. You need to remember that. All of you fucking failed the test. No real girls on the internet. Protect yourself. It's 2021, but I still feel 21 in my head. And yeah, so this is something, and I'm beginning to think that everybody has this. What decade are you stuck in? What mentally, where do you think you are? I'm curious. Road to Nowhere, caught solidly in the Nickelback era. Although arguably, I'm sure to him, the Nickelback era has never ended. Yeah, Julia will be 40 in 2 months. Like, Julia doesn't look like, I don't know. I always thought she was younger than me. 30 to 39 is when the hard living really differentiates how people look. Yeah, I agree. So literally everyone in chat believes they're 21. I believe you're 21. You're on the internet. You're an avatar. I believe that you are as young as you tell me. But it's quite, it's quite hilarious in that, yeah, we are getting older and it's okay. But one of the devs for the Hive blockchain is quite a young man. And in fact, we celebrated his birthday. I think he turned 24? No, he turned 25 when we were in Thailand together. And he had no idea I was a decade older than him. And he was like, oh, well, you're old. And that was it. So, you know, I mean, I'm not worried about it. I have no concerns about aging. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna keep eating potatoes and being cute and, you know, kicking it at concerts as soon as those come back. Getting punched in the face keeps you young, kids. But yeah, so here you are. I never realized how freaking young 20 was until I talked to a 24-year-old. Yeah, agreed, Sunravel me. So it's quite funny. I keep seeing all of you guys in chat talking about how you believe you're 21 and you're always going to be that age in your head. And I think it's so funny because here I am. I'm literally telling you about bands and I'm like, yeah, they came out in the 90s. And then I'm looking, I'm like, no. So I'm a decade off, at least a decade off. I'm perpetually stuck a decade ago. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. So come back around. We need some music and concerts. Yes, Unravel Me. We could talk about that when we get back because I have been chatting with a lot of people who email about the show, who chat about the show. Hi, new people showing up through the stream. I talk to people a lot. And it is a tricky time. We will talk about this right after the next song because this year is going in two very solid directions. And it'll be both, but it'll depend on where you're at. Absolutely nothing opens and everything gets canceled. Absolutely everything is open and it's go time. So let me play this Devil Driver track. They did indeed come out in the late 2000s. They were absolutely sort of part of like the Marilyn Manson Slipknot, kind of Static X, Cold Chamber sort of new metal wave of the early 2000s. And you may or may not remember them. They did get some radio play. They did do quite well for sort of a rock metal band in the early 2000s. They really would kind of, I would say I would classify them sort of like groove metal. And a lot of the bands that come out of California have some like hints of that. Well, they've just put out some new music. What the fuck? So I am actually sneaking them in here. There isn't really a connection to the potato playlist, but I do like to play the new music for you guys. I do like to kind of bring out stuff. And I was shocked at how hard this goes for a band that I remember playing on the Seafox, which of course for most of you, except the local listeners, means nothing. But it's our local, like, rock channel. It's not hard. It's standard radio play. I remember this. So I want to play you guys this new Devil Driver track. I want to see what you guys think. There's some sick blast beats in this. I'm going to see where you guys fall on the scale. It's called Wishing. I am wishing you will hang around with me. I'm taking a look at the time. We still got like 2 hours left in the show. I got so many potatoes for you bitches. All of the potatoes. My name is Crimson Clad. On Thursday nights, I do Full Force Radio. It's metal, it's hard rock, it's irreverent talk. It's whatever you guys want, and tonight you get potatoes because you asked for them, and I bet you're fucking regretting it now, but it's too late. It's all potatoes all the time. Totally tubular tracks, kids! New stuff from Devil Driver. If you're hungry, if the potatoes are making you hungry, go make some fucking potatoes. Hey, my name is Crimson Clad. That was new Devil Driver. Actually pretty good. I'm a little shocked. Not really new metal anymore. Some good, sick blast beats in there. I'm wishing I could be alone with you. Julia's wishing she could have a potato, and many of you are wishing that there will be more Full Force Radio. Well, guess what? There will be. And I'm not sure what's happening in chat, but skin. All right, so hey, my name's Crimson Clad. This is my dumb metal show, and tonight, and by the way, if you don't love metal, that's okay. Lots of you don't, and in fact, lots of you, I am absolutely #blessed, because that's how all the cool social media influencers call it. I am #blessed that you come hang out with me every week. And you know, some weeks it's not very metal at all. Some weeks it's complete idiocy, and I accept that, and I love it, and I enjoy it. So thank you to you. Those are some nice potatoes. Yeah, the po-titties. Look at them po-titties. So I'm laughing because I'm watching all of you guys in chat. And for many of you who listen, whether you're listening on the audio or you're hanging out on one of the live streams, there's some hilarious shit going on in the chat. So I wanted to point out a couple different things because, number one, Ron says, is there anyone else who fills up on raw potato while peeling them? And the answer to that is no. What the fuck are you talking about? You're peeling potatoes and you're just like shoving that shit in your mouth raw? Absolutely not. Nobody does that. That's fucking weird, and you're weird. It's bad, and you should feel bad. 100%. You just want Crim to read... You just want Crim to read my memes with the Eastern European accent all night. Well, the problem is I can't consistently stay in that accent either. So it kind of slides in and out. But I mean, 1,000%, there's just nothing but... Question. What are one potato say other potato? Answer. Premise ridiculous. Who have two potato? Oh, it's bad. It's super bad. Oh, also, apparently, I wasn't live on air. Ron didn't remind me. Now I'm live on air. There we go. Oh, so potatoes aside, what is happening? You can eat raw sweet potatoes. Yeah, maybe. And that's... No, this is all just wrong. This is all wrong. I have... it's fine. Whatever. You're all sick fucks in the chat. But... I will say, as a European, as an Eastern European, as a Ukrainian, one of the things that we have that everybody loves, and that the lurker probably knows very well, and I'm going to call you that till you come in here, and I know you're still listening, so I'm going to get a fucking text in a second from him being like, nah. But, so, here's the deal. As a Ukrainian, one of the things that we do a lot of is obviously potatoes. But we do trve. We do pierogies. And we've often talked about Ukrainian food and Ukrainian nonsense on the show before. We do pierogies. We do trve. And ours are the potato ones. We do potato with like cottage cheese or cheddar cheese and garlic and onion butter and bacon. And it's so good. But this is reason for fisticuffs across the Eastern Bloc. And especially, I'll throw this out there because I do have a Polish band on the playlist tonight. Even though they're a joke band, I have them on the playlist tonight. Now, Polish people or Russian people call them pierogi. It's different. We call them trve. They call them pierogi. And they prefer, boiled and then fried. Neil knows what's up. The fat girl is back. But, so pierogi and Polish people, they want to tell you that the only real pierogies, the only real ones are theirs. And theirs have meat in them. Theirs are more like dumplings. And both cultures do sauerkraut. Sauerkraut's legit. But this is an age-old argument. Polish meat pierogies, Ukrainian potato pierogies. A fight for the ages. And I want to know, what do you like better? What do you like better? Are you one of those fucking heathens that goes to the store and buys the Chimo pizza pierogies? I need to know. I need to know. Please help me settle this argument that absolutely no one is having with me, but that is a very important part of my heritage. So and in fact, apparently there's some kind of poll widget that I can like throw up a poll and like chat and YouTube and whatever, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just curious. I want to know. Yeah, fucking commies squabbling over how they cook their potatoes. This is important. These are the big questions that I'm asking here on this metal show. Tell me about your dumpling style foods. Potato pierogies all day. That's correct. And in fact, I'm going to take a shot to that because Qua is never going to get me drunk. And any of you who are new, you got to chat because no meat. Yep, that's right. Because all of you eat proper motherfucking pierogies. And this is something I spend a significant portion of my year doing every year. My family is Ukrainian. We celebrate with bread, vodka, salt, potatoes. That's, that's the like, what's not a trifecta. That's the quad. What's trifecta but four? Oh my gosh, my brain is failing. Help. But whatever the quadfecta, whatever the four pillars of small appetizing foods wrapped in a dough, is vodka, bread, salt, potatoes. That's the Ukrainian sacred geometry. I spend a lot of time each year making pierogies from scratch. Quafecta? Yeah, I don't know. This is why I have you guys as listeners. Please help me. Please, I'm dying here. It's börek. You have to tell me what that is. Because there are a lot of weird names for different ethnic foods across like the Eastern Bloc, and they're all the exact same thing, but everybody calls them something different, trying to pretend that they invented it. But I spend a lot of my year making hundreds of trve with my family for pretty much every holiday. Easter, Christmas, every birthday, New Year's, Ukrainian New Year's, which is, January, first week of January. But the reason that I bring this up is because I didn't make any this year. So that sucks. And we said we were going to talk about this. So before we get too deep into it and we get too depressed, and a shot to potato pierogies, because clearly everybody here loves potato pierogies. You know what's up. I didn't make any this year. There have been no holidays. There has been no Easter. There was no giant fuck off New Year's. And in fact, Acid got his paddler's role based on the fact that Finns invented food. Oh, lordy. Look at all this delicious food kicking it up in chat. And yeah, Road to Nowhere dropped an image of Karen I'm still dying on that shot. Dropped an image of Karen in chat saying, you say potato, I say vodka. Yeah, pretty much. Agree. There's this brand of Ukrainian vodka, and I can't for the life of me remember what the brand is called. And I thought I saw Matt briefly typing, but I might be wrong. Superfecta. I can't remember what the brand is, and I will look it up. But the reality is there's a twist top on it, and you break the twist top, and then it's open, and you just can't close it again. And I'm like, this is my heritage. This is it. This is my heritage. Everyone is potat. Okay, so while you guys are continuing to make out with potatoes in chat, thank you, El Gecko, I'm going to grab some more music. I am going to... Wait, what? No, I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking. That doesn't count. I just drank. Ugh. Let's do some more potato metal. Let me find you some more stuff inspired by... inspired by the Humble Spud. So... I have a track. Let me just see here. I've got so many tracks that I know people will really love, and they're not here. It's freaking me out. I'm going to play something, since we've been laughing at my terrible Eastern European accent. I'm going to play you a track. Neil, your help would be much appreciated here. I have no idea how to say this or what it means, but it's by a band called Gry, and I play them for you guys fairly frequently. They do really awesome Russian language, folklore, and metal. And the reason that I put this into tonight's playlist is, of course, Russians, potatoes. I dropped an image of the name of the song in chat. Yeah, haha, Russians, potatoes, casual racism. Hi, more people on YouTube. But... above and beyond that, the image of the album cover has grain on it. It has rolling fields of wheat. And you know what? It fits. I'm going to say that roughly a sort of farm swaying grains in the breeze. That's close enough, God damn it. So yeah, here, Neil, this is what you usually tell me what this band... You usually are here, and you usually tell me what the names of the songs are. So Neil will translate that. Finnish metal or get the fuck out. Yeah, I play a ton of Finnish metal on this show, and there will be some. Don't even worry about it. So I'm going to play this Gry track for you. Got a beautiful album cover. It'll be showing up on the overlay. I am going to try and get my dog, and then I'll lure him up here so you guys will be entertained, and we will move forward because we've only got an hour and a half left in the show, and I got a ton of potato metal. I have so much potato metal to show you. Brutal potato. Let's do it. Let's play some Gry. Whatever the fuck this song is called. My name is Crimson Clad. This is FullForce Radio. I'm sorry, I killed the stream. Oh my god. Shh, it's fine. It's totally fine. Somewhere around here. Potat bliat! Come on, she's a gooder. She's a gooder, kids. There you go. So, a track by Gry, Russian language. My apologies. I took off the headphones to go lure the dog up here, which indeed I did. You now have the dog. He's on the screen. I fed him for you. I didn't even ask for money, and I still fed him. But then I put the headphones on, and I summarily stopped the music, panicked, started the song roughly somewhere in the middle, hoping it was okay. So, I'm going to quickly correct the headphones now, just once. If the music starts again, I'm sorry, I suck. We have now been blessed with the Krim high-fiving herself fail meme. So there you go. You can watch me high-five myself like the lamest person ever. And, accept it. The dog is here now. I also grabbed a bowl of congealed fucking Kraft dinner because I'm so hungry. So pretend that these are potatoes. All right, so the dog is here. He's chewing a tube on the floor. I promise I will show him to you more often. Let me actually put these on my ears. And then we will continue the show. Yeah, it's motherfucking potato metal. Here's the dog. He's coming back. He's snooping around. Go up here. Go up here. He's snooping around because he wants my Kraft dinner. And that's the only reason he's hanging around. So don't think that he loves me. He doesn't. He loves my food. He loves my food, and he loves the fact that I have food. Look at him. Look at him trying to get closer. He's stretching as far as he possibly can on the couch. I clickbaited you with potatoes. Anyways, that's a good track. It still counts. There are a couple tracks that are farm-centric. Fucking deal with it. It's a good show nonetheless. So the dog is here. He's begging for food. You guys are here. You're begging for potatoes. Everybody gets what they want. There you go, Snoots. He's pretty cute, I have to admit. Everybody wants him to be in every show. I'm like, okay, I can do that. Although it was quite laughing because everybody that was talking about donations, I was like, I should be doing things like, I should be charging donations and I'll feed the dog if you send me money. I'll buy premium treats. Look at him being such a little creep. He's such a creep. He's my creep. Do you want a goblin for them? Here's my goblin dog. Goblin. There you go. Here's my goblin dog. Oh, he's having none of it. So anyways, let us continue. I do have more potato metal for you tonight. And I have a lot of good music to play for you guys. We've been chat's been pretty chill tonight. There's been a lot of people hanging out, so thank you. There are many of you looking lovely and beautiful. Although, here's the deal. Acid actually subscribed Acid actually subscribed on YouTube and it didn't fire a notification. So I don't know if it's broken or what's going on. Yeah, hi creep. I don't know if it's broken or if it'll just show up later, but I promise anything that shows up in my feed, I will of course feature and whatever. So let's continue on. Let us have a little bit of fun. Alien weaponry, Ruana Te Wana. I have Maori metal. Sorry, I'm talking in general chat. I've played that album actually for you guys. When they debuted that song, I played it for you guys. Okay. So let's continue on. We will continue playing a little bit of music, but one of the things that I said earlier was we were talking a little bit about concerts, and we were sad because concerts are gone away. Oh, if you unsub to resub, I don't think that works. I don't think that works on YouTube, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Somebody new. Anybody new subscribing on Twitch or YouTube hopefully will fire the alert. Look at him just creeping here in the background. You can see his tail wag. Okay, so we were talking a little bit about concerts and how sad it is. We recently were talking a little bit about how it has been a full year since I've been to a live show. And for many of you, you're in the same boat. I have been getting some notifications that some of the big open air festivals are indeed being canceled. Because, of course, there's still travel restrictions. It's still a fucked up year. Yeah, I am pimping my dog for new subs. Absolutely. Absolutely I am. I am starting my journey as a real streamer. I'm on a number of platforms. I got all the tools. I got all the jazz. We're doing it. Let's do it. Let's blow this fucking shit up. So when Murphy OnlyFans. Ew. You want to see my dog naked? You're sick, Ron. Eating raw potatoes and looking at underage dogs. You're gross. For everybody who's joining us on YouTube, apologies, because if you walked into that, you're probably pretty confused and you're probably walking back out again. Listen, tonight is metal. My name is Crimson Cloud. This is FullForce Radio. I have created a fun little thing that we are now calling Totally Tubular Tracks #. Brutal potato. So I got all sorts of things. Cash App. I don't think I'm allowed to have a Cash App, actually. First of all, it's crappy because they could take your money, kind of like PayPal. Most things can, actually. But also, I'm a Canadian. I don't know that I'm allowed to have a Cash App. So that's fine. There are a bunch of dogs on OnlyFans. Well, to be fair, I would subscribe to a dog OnlyFans. So, as much as I joke about Ron being sick, look at his face. I mean, I love this. Look at him. He knows I have food. He's putting on his cute ears knowing I have food. So I want to play some more music for you guys. I have a bunch of tracks that are roughly potato themed. And a lot of them have to do with being in the dirt, being under the ground and whatever. And I'm trying to keep everything rolling. I'm trying to play us more music. But the reason that I brought the concert thing up is for two reasons. One, a bunch of open air festivals are being canceled. But two, his snoot is strong. He's got strong snoot game. I agree. If you have seen, and maybe you haven't, Texas is reopening. Texas is not even just reopening. They are reopening right away, no masks, and they are reopening concerts for full capacity. So not even any capacity, indoor concerts at full capacity. What do you think about this? I'm curious. I mean, I'm a little torn because live music is my life. Many of you guys who come to this show, over the last 4 years that I've been doing this show, often I share live concerts with you guys. I share merchandise that I get, my shirt addiction. And the reality comes back to my life is empty without concerts. This is something that is really important to me. I usually go to 1 a week live shows. So this is a big sort of, I don't want to say gaping hole because I'm always nervous for where you guys will run with something like that. But this is a very big void in my life. Gaping holes, gaping voids. Oh boy, there's no safe way of describing it. But I don't know that I'm fully ready for a complete return to concerts, being indoor, being full capacity, knowing that right now, there are still community transmissions. I am definitely ATS. Did you miss it? Does that mean that you're actually listening? No way. No, he never hangs out. Does he hang out? What's happening? This is wild. So I think this is really interesting because people are going to have really different differing opinions on this, and I'm curious to know. But this is really dividing people in the community. And I was supposed to be traveling to Finland this year. I was supposed to be going to Tuska. And oh my God, he is in here. David ATS has just tuned in. Well, my friend, I have a playlist full of potato themed metal. And my dog is here creeping, eating food, and, we're just hanging out, having a good time. So potato metal aside, you hang out sometimes? You do not. Do you really? I'm not sure if I'm happy about that or not, because it just means you have more ammo to make fun of me with. And the reality is there's a lot of that already. There's so much of that. I mean, just the Self 5 tonight is already bad. It's bad. It's bad and you should feel bad. So I'm glad you're here. I appreciate it. I am guessing that you will do terrible things with any ammo that you get. And you know what? I probably deserve it. So, with all that being said, let's do some more music. Let me go to the playlist. Let me see. That last track was commie shit. You know what? I think that, Cly, you are being a little too particular. You've been here many times. I don't know that you've been here many times for Full Force Radio, and if you have, you've snuck in which case I'm actually really impressed. Good job. Good job. Flying under the radar. I know you've been here once or twice, but if you've been here many times, then I'm impressed and also sad because you haven't spoken up to chat with me. So, I canceled Danny. And actually, Danny, we'll have to pick you like me, just not so much your music. And that's fair. I throw that out here a lot. This show, it's tough doing a metal-centric show. And this is something that just, I have, 7, 8, 10, 11, however many of you I have here, a couple dozen. Let me throw it out there. It's tough because I know not everybody loves metal. And I do my best to try and pick stuff that isn't too hard, that isn't too soft. And no matter what, I'm always going to disappoint some of you. So I do my best to kind of pick a good spread, keep you entertained, and hope for the best. You will not get the most brutal shit here. You will not get the lightest, softest, friendliest radio stuff here. But you will get a dog and a crumb. And maybe, just maybe, somewhere that'll be satisfying enough. So, we're going to continue on with the patate theme. And I have a couple different tracks, but what I think I'm going to play next is actually some Megadeth. Now, Megadeth, believe it or not, actually has a song about nothing but a farm. And so, the deal is, there was a track, what album is it on? I want to say Countdown to Extinction. Now, Megadeth, whether or not they're my favorite band, here or there, the dog is looking extra sad in the background. Okay, bye, coin. Whether or not they're my favorite band, they have, of course, a really important place in metal history, obviously. One of the big four. Megadeth had a member of the band whose family actually, oh God, he's right under my feet. Dog, get out of here. The member of the band, his whole family had a farm and was doing farming and agriculture and actually ended up losing the farm to foreclosure. And so they actually wrote a song about how it actually completely... Dog, get out of here. Go on, get out of here. He wrote a song about how his family was devastated by losing their farm to foreclosure. And they wrote a song about this, and they wrote a song specifically about families in sort of the Dust Bowl or, in agricultural farming families in Middle America who were struggling under economic pressure. And so this was actually released on Countdown to Extinction, and a lot of people don't actually know that that's what this is about. So I'm going to play that track tonight to get some of our classic metal, to get some Megadeth in. Corbin is here, but not here. Krim is not the alpha in the house. It's true. This dog runs the fucking show. Let's be realistic. And he is. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to try. Hang on. I'm going to try and zoom in on his creepy little face. Can I do it? Let me see. I can't. But you can't tell, but he's fucking throwing me shade. Krim is alpha as fuck for a bottom. Well, you assume I'm a bottom. But, it's all about taking turns of being flexible. Let me play you this Megadeth track. It's called Foreclosure of a Dream. It is about farming in Middle America and about economic hardship and people just struggling to get by. People trying to make it. People trying to do what they need to do and succeed and be happy and healthy. Kind of like right now. Not saying, just saying. Here you go. It's classic Megadeth here on Full Force Radio.
Borrowed money, more borrowed time. Back in the corner, got
Alright, there you go. Some Megadeth. Don't say I never actually threw you a Megadeth bone. Pretty much everybody in chat going, oh, this song super sucks. Yeah, it doesn't really, it doesn't offend me. I actually really don't like Megadeth at all. And it's funny because I recognize sort of their, I recognize their place in the evolution of American metal. And I appreciate Mustaine for his talents, be that as they may. But overall, I'm not a huge Megadeth fan. However, you know, looking for a cohesive playlist, and that track compared to a lot of Megadeth stuff is like, it's okay. But yeah, okay, this song does not fuck. Yeah, you know what? The reality is I'm going to play something that I fucking love next. I'll play something that just has, like, some delicious blast beats and, like, some unclean vocals, and then you little bitches are going to scoot out of here with your tails tucked. So, you know, it's tricky. You ate too much, did you, Qua? And you still haven't leveled. So, now that I don't speak badly about the Riffmaster, I can and I will. But listen, hashtag Brutal Potato, totally tubular tracks. It actually came up because one of my friends specifically came up because somebody said, you're a YouTuber, and then sent me an image of a dick-shaped potato. And thus the meme was born, and thus all of this kind of happened with last week to this week. So, with all that being said, excuse me, I'm potato playlist. You guys said, can you do it? And I said, fuck yeah, and here we are. So we've been having a lot of fun tonight. All the songs are roughly, you know, earth, dirt, soil, dust, potatoes, farming. Now, it's quite funny because I do actually have a song on this playlist called Heavy Metal Farmer. And for many of you, it's going to be the worst thing you've ever heard, but it's quite funny. The dog's down here now. He's not on the couch. He's down here. So this Heavy Metal Farmer specifically is something that I remember when I kind of first got on the internet and first discovered YouTube. And I think the video, honest to God, was, I don't know, 2008. You know, it's so funny because you guys razz me and you want me to, like, get upset on stream or whatever, but it's kind of entertaining because you don't leave, you stay. So even if it is just to watch the car crash, you are giving me them views, or that, what's the, validation? I don't know. I guess I need it. I need the validation. That's why I do a live stream. But so this video, you guys may or may not remember, I think it's from like 2008, and it was a guy, I can't even remember his name, but I remember seeing it, and I remember thinking it was the funniest It was the absolute funniest thing, which of course, looking back, oh my God, it totally wasn't. But at the same time, it kind of fucking ripped. And it was this guy standing in a field talking about, he's just like, tractor! Like death metal yelling the word tractor. And the lyrics are basically, the cow says moo when the cow poops. And it's just like the most absurd fucking thing. But it's some pretty ripping death metal. So I thought, what are the odds that I can find this on, what are the odds that I can find this on Spotify? And so off I went to look for Heavy Metal Farmer. Well, believe it or not, I did indeed find Heavy Metal Farmer, but not by the original YouTuber. No, there was a band from Poland who recorded their own version. Now, let me give you the name of this band, because I feel like for the people here, this is going to be right in your wheelhouse. The name of this Polish band who did a cover in 2009 of Heavy Metal Farmer is Porky Vagina. That's the name of the band. That's literally the name of the band. It's Porky Vagina. And looking through Porky Vagina's discography, this album is called Bukageddon, as in Bukake. And they have an album called Astroschwein. They have, their newest album is called Kielbasa, which is a type of Polish sausage. In general, this is a lot. There's a lot of things going on here. There's a lot to unwrap. And I'm not 1,000% sure where to go with it, but I thought, you know what? I do indeed want to play Heavy Metal Farmer for you guys. For people who may or may not remember War Crabs, this is up there with that. So you guys, yeah, Acid says he saw a live one the other day. Well, I will say the very first album from these guys is a lot. Let's say the cover art is a lot. So that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not even going to read you some of the names, because even from Polish to English, they're quite rude. But I am indeed going to play you a version of Heavy Metal Farmer. It's very short. It's only 1:30. So for those of you who like run away screaming every time I play some of the sort of like unclean singing, growling, this will be fine. You'll be fine. You'll make it. The lyrics are indeed tractor and the cow goes poop. That's exactly the lyrics. But you can say that you have heard Heavy Metal Farmer. I'm letting this run on to the next song, by the way. I apologize for nothing!
retreats within.
I swear to God, I'm being punked. People in the chat are talking about the most fabulous metal drummers out there, and we have Lars and we have Dave Grohl thrown into the chat. I will say, influential, famous, good, not at the top. But hey, you know what? It's all good in the hood. There are lots of great drum solos out there. There are lots of great drummers out there, and everything is enjoyable to someone for sure. However, you don't hear a lot of Dave Grohl on this show. I will say there is actually a side band. Let me see if I can find it. There's a side project that Dave Grohl's involved in. I believe it's called Legend of the Seagull Men, and I actually did share some of their recent work. Let me see if I can find it. Anyways, there's a couple different bands that he works with on the side that I actually think are much more interesting than Nirvana ever was. Nirvana's trash, and if you like Nirvana, you're trash. But also, he's pretty influential with his work in the Foo Fighters, and frankly, as a session musician and everything else, the drummer from Def Leppard's only got one arm. He does indeed, and it's quite funny because he has eluded me. Def Leppard, as cheesy and ridiculous as it is, I make an effort to always go see, bands that shaped me growing up, bands that I would hear my parents playing, or, some of these artists so that I can trace my slow descent into metal. And Def Leppard, absolutely part of it. And every single Def Leppard concert in the last decade in Vancouver has been canceled. So I've never fucking seen him live. It's ridiculous. God damn it! I've seen Foreigner, but I haven't seen Def Leppard. So yeah, drummer from Slipknot. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And I actually have a playlist that's kind of simmering in the background that is a bunch of my favorite drum solos. It's got Moonspell and Trivium and Enforcer and Manowar and Red Fang and Alien Weaponry is actually in there as well. System of a Down. So I have another playlist percolating in the background with some drumming stuff in there too. But with all that being said, who cares? Tonight is potato metal, and that was a little bit of a palate cleanser there. I pulled in that new heart-shaped box. Great, cool, Nirvana. All of you enjoy. Literally enjoy. Same with Foo Fighters. Enjoy. Won't be for me. I appreciate a good blast beat. So, with all that being said, yeah, Trivium is huge. I play a lot of Matt Heafy on this show. I'm a big fan of all the stuff that he's done. Giving a shout out to Winston Wolf. I see he's jumped in the chat. Haven't seen you in ages. Lots of people filtering in and out. More people on the YouTube. I see the Twitch has got people coming and going as well. Hey, my name is Crimson Clad. This is FullForce Radio. Playing you guys a bunch of music. Hard rock and metal tonight. Roughly inspired by potatoes. And that is mostly just because last week everybody was waving phallic-shaped potatoes. But he's oh so rich. Isn't that all that matters? Yeah, sure. Why not? No. So, just played something a little bit softer, but it's brand new track off. It's an up-and-coming album. So Wheel hasn't released it yet, I don't believe. No, I don't think so. It'll be a new album called Resident Human. It hasn't come out yet. That was released last week, that track. It's good. I like prog. I like a lot of that sort of interesting, weird, in-between, post-rock, black prog. It's all entertaining. By Acid, you did really good. You almost made it the entire show. That's pretty cool. But I do want to kind of continue on, and I want to move into some harder stuff. And if you want to check out more kind of music that sounds a little bit like that, the album that I was talking about by Wheel is called Moving Backwards. It came out in 2019, and it actually made my best albums of 2019 list. Really good, really interesting, and sort of slightly dark, uncomfortable prog. It was a great album, so I'm looking forward to the new one. It sounds like they might be going in a different direction. Guess we will find out. So on the Totally Tubular Tracks #brutal potato playlist tonight, I actually have another song about roots because, right? I had to explain this to someone the other day, and I was a little flabbergasted. Shouldn't we be talking about crypto and stuff? That's a different show. That's on Saturdays. That's Cyberbuzz. Nobody comes to Full Force Radio. Full Force Radio is just metal. I don't talk about crypto on this show because who cares? I'm not doing all my shows about crypto. Nobody gives a shit. So tonight is just the late night fun where people come hang out. They watch the video. They watch me fail spectacularly on camera. Some people hang out in the Discord, wherever you may be, whatever you want to do. Play some music, talk some shit. So if you're expecting me to talk about Hive or crypto or whatever, that's Saturday. That's not today. You can leave. So I want to play some Borknagar for you guys. Now, Borknagar is they are a Norwegian band, and they started off doing prog as well, and they moved quite quickly into black metal and folk metal. And a lot of their music is basically incredibly nature-centric. It's nobody. Well, no, there's lots of you here, but at the same time, this is a smaller crowd than we normally get. This is a smaller crowd, and I like it. It's good. Tonight is a good night. I like when I get enough time to interact one-on-one with you guys. I like when we get to kind of razz back and forth. But that being said, let us continue. Let us potato. So I want to play you guys a track by Borknagar. These are one of, like, honestly, probably one of my favorite bands, way up there. And this is one of the bands that I've not gotten to see live yet. And they are... Yeah, because the show's bad. We get it. David, come on, step up. You gotta, like, really go for it. And again, you still haven't left. But so Borknagar for me is one of those bands that really kind of takes a lot of what was happening in the late 90s after you were getting out of the period of the church burnings and what was happening across Norway with satanic panic and black and death metal in general. And they started turning it into something more natural. They started taking a look at some of the themes that made death metal popular and putting some more kind of positive energy while still keeping that intent. Did Battle Axe seriously just come to my show to talk about how good her show was? Atta girl. All right, so I'm gonna play this Borknagar. I'm gonna drive off more of you. I'm gonna live here in my own little bubble playing music about roots, i.e. potatoes. But what I was gonna say is I had to explain to somebody the other day that potatoes grow underground. I literally had to explain this. And in fact, same with peanuts. Had to explain that peanuts grow on roots and that legumes and tubers and things like that grow underground. There are people who believe these things grow on trees, and I am nervous. I'm nervous for the state of the world when you have to explain to someone that these are things that don't grow just on trees. You don't go peanut picking. You don't go potato plucking, wandering around out in the orchard. It's things you learn. What can I say? So for those of you who are here, I see lots of you cycling through the YouTube. I see people over on Twitch. There's some people hanging out on the Vim stream. Theta, I don't know, man. Trovo, I don't know. You gotta say hi or I won't see you. But, Stace got her level before Qua. So I will fucking drink. I will. Abso-fucking-lutely. All right. What is this? The potato thing. I was posting my potato things and then I came back and people are still doing that. So she's not listening and she thinks that she started the potatoes tonight. The entire show is about potatoes and it's been about potatoes since before I started the show. I'm gonna have to drink. We're all gonna have to drink. There's a lot of drinking. Chat's a trip tonight. Let's potato. Let's potato, kids. And I'm drinking bourbon, so it's not even potato, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, let's play Borknagar. Okay, so I was mentioning before we got off track and we started wondering where potatoes come from. Mommy, where are potatoes made? Before we got off track, I was talking to you guys about Borknagar, and I have played you a lot of their newer stuff because their new Their newest album, called True North, is a beautiful album. And before that, Winter Thrice. Like, their whole discography is great. I haven't gotten to see them live yet. They are... Oh my gosh. Somebody give her some attention, guys. She needs it. So here's the deal. I haven't seen these guys live, and they were supposed to be part of a tour called Devastation on the Nation. And it is one of these sort of traveling North American metal tours. There's basically no other ones of these. Not one. Not even one. And Devastation on the Nation is run by a guy in Texas, and he puts it all together. And this year was an incredible lineup, including Borknagar. And it was originally for 2020, canceled. Moved to 2021, canceled. And I am concerned that I'm never going to see these guys live. Thanks, Winston. I didn't, but I should. If I get another shot at me, if Qua can just come through, Qua. If one of you guys kicking out on the chat can level up, hopefully a couple more shots at me, maybe you will get a burp. I don't know. We'll see. But for a long and the short of it is, this is one of those bands that for me is kind of a bucket lister. A lot of Norwegian or Swedish or sort of European bands that don't manage to get to this side of Canada very often, that don't make it to the US very often. And COVID has fucked with that. So I like any excuse I get to put them in your ear. Now, speaking of potatoes. Oh, here, Krim, read one more, please. Latvian girls say, I want to go America one day. Father say, I send you America. Daughter is thank father. Make tears of happy. Father use for salty potato. The father think moment say, daughter, I no send you America. Potato is more salt. There you go. I mean, if apparently the entire night tonight is just about Latvian potato memes, and I'm here for it. I will read you Latvian potato memes, and you will fucking like it. Also, Battle Axe is talking about Inertia's mugs, and I will say in chat, I have mugs coming. I'm very excited for them. So if you want a mug, keep your eyes out. You can have a FullForce Radio mug. More Russian accent. Is not bourbon, is mug now. Okay, so I'm going to play you guys this Borknagar track. We'll come back around. Everybody give some attention in chat because some people here need some attention. One day, hear knock on door. Man ask, who is? Is Potato Man. I come around to give free potato. Man is very excited and opens door. Is not Potato Man. Is secret police. Okay. Wow. So potato memes and Latvian memes and potato tracks aside, let me play you this Borknagar track. It's called Roots. And this is off a really early album. This is off an album that I've never played for you guys before. And I think that's very cool. I'm very excited to do that. It's off an album called Erd, and it's actually from 2012, so it's going on a decade old. The track is called Roots, and it has some fucking killer guitar in it. It is the highlight of sort of the type of melodeath that I love. Then I'm going to have to come back around. I still have half a potato playlist left and only 40 minutes. We're going to have to trim down a whole lot of this. In fact, I actually have some Ne Obliviscaris on the playlist that's 11 minutes long. Obviously, we're not going to get to that. So when we come back, I will kind of see how you guys are feeling. We'll pick some of the tracks that fit that mood best. My name is Crimson Clad. This is Totally Tubular Tracks. It is an entire playlist roughly, loosely inspired by potatoes. Hashtag brutal potato. And we're having a lot of fun here on MSP Waves. Thanks for hanging out with me. I see tons of people who are hopping in and out of chat or on all of the streams. And if you got more Latvian memes, fucking smoke them if you got them. Qua, level up, man. Level up. Potatoes. All right, there you go. Chat has been ridiculous. What else is to do? Hey, my name is Crimson Clad. This is the Brutal Potato episode. Hashtag bad Latvian accent. Hey, welcome. We have some people hanging out in chat who aren't listening but think that the chat is about them. And you know what? Kind of. Actually, it is. I'm glad everybody's here. I hope you're having fun. But so, yes, I just want to remind you that last week, we were specifically told that you should be all ears for the potato episode. I didn't have the heart to tell that person that ears is corn and not potatoes. I love my friends. So, hey, everybody's talking about eating head cheese in the chat, which is good. Yeah, actually, brains are delicious. And head cheese, if done well, is good. Speaking of, I am going to throw a big shout out in chat because because my lurker has, they should be afraid to come into chat. Yeah, I agree, Sun Rebel Me. My lurker has one of my other friends and they're both listening. They're having a listening party. And one of the fabulous women friends, I didn't get permission to say her name. Hi, but you know who you are. I don't know if this is your first time listening, but that's really exciting. What a terrible episode to listen to. Big love. I very much am looking forward to a time where you and I can go back out and torture hot bartenders and eat delicious brains and other tasty things at what was it? Wildebeest? Wildebeest we were at. But that being said, Co wants to do a giveaway. Yeah, if you want to do a giveaway, we can. We got lots of people kicking in chat. Listening parties on the lowdown. People are having fun. Chat is going wild. If you're watching on the YouTube, join us, anonymous friends. Please ignore Bliat Man asking you for butthole pics for verification. But the rest, the rest of them are very excited to meet you. I'm sure that definitely isn't going to keep you terrified, but no problem. So, hey, my name is Crimson Clad. This is FullForce Radio. Every Thursday, Friday, whatever time it is for you right now, I do this show. And it is called FullForce Radio, and it is hard rock and metal and sassy talk. My dog throwing me shady shit eyes on the couch while I feed him to entertain you and lure you into liking my channel. But yeah, so tonight we are doing this sort of like loosely Sun Rabble Me, run away! Yes, we'll call them Sir Robin. They bravely ran away. Wow, chat is just latched right on to the butthole. Butthole prints are as individual as fingerprints. Thank you, Winston. I didn't know that, but you know what? That doesn't surprise me. Bliat Man, yeah, butthole to verify ID. Ron says butthole and timestamp. Okay, so, wow. Let's cycle back away from buttholes. Let's come back to potatoes. Potatoes is what we're doing. Tonight, there was a loose challenge in one of my friend chats that came over here to that came over here to the last show. And last week we were talking about, hey, let's do potato metal, cause haha, potato dick something. I don't even remember, but you guys said let's do potato. Let's do potatoes. And that is indeed what we've had. All of the playlist tracks tonight are either about farming, about potatoes, about dirt, about earth. And I have a ton more tracks, but I'm going to run out of time. I only got a half an hour left in the show. So for the people who are still left, for the people who are still listening, which are very few of you, you come for the shit show. You don't necessarily, you started some shit. You didn't. Cly did, because Cly loves buttholes. But scroll up hours. Yeah, I know. You dumped some stuff in chat and then peaced out. Battle Axe, you don't normally come to the show, so we're glad to have you here. Welcome. If you think this is a shit show that you've created, you've contributed for sure, but man, oh man, there have been some real winners of FullForce Radio. I actually like that we've mellowed in our old age. We've come a long way from the early days of the show where everything was just jizz and dicks in glory holes on airplanes. And I mean, we've matured over the years. It's been a trip, and I'm glad to have matured with all of you. And shockingly enough, I haven't been banned off multiple platforms. I'm actually a little surprised, but not displeased. Not displeased. So now let's come back. Do you guys feel like doing some more Melodeath? Do you feel like doing some kind of, I've actually got like some classic 90s goth pop on this playlist. I have some kind of doomy funeral doom kind of stuff. What are you guys feeling like? Do you have a direction that you want to go? I have some bands that I would that I would normally play. I see Eileen has jumped in. Hello, Eileen. Oh, I swear that I mean your AMA. I haven't commented on it yet, but hey, I'm glad to see you. So welcome back. We're potatoing tonight, Eileen. And one of the things that, one of the bands that I have on the playlist that made me think of you is I have some Catatonia on the playlist. And I know you are a fan of Catatonia and some other bands, so that's cool. I got Potato on the mind. There's shit flying out of fans. The kitchen is looking great, Viking Adventure. Well done. You have been much more productive than most of us here. And then, of course, we are going to end with Iron Maiden, as we always do. And believe it or not, there weren't a whole lot of Iron Maiden tracks that I could totally connect back. So let's just have a Crim Sing slot. No, nobody wants to go deaf, but I will sing with my mic muted like I always do. But I do have Out of the Silent Planet. So, it's a stretch. That is a song about space. Pretend that someone is reaching in to the earth and pulling out a potato. It's the most tenuous connection, but it's the closest I could get. Also, it's a fucking killer Iron Maiden track. So we have maybe 2 song slots before we get there. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 songs, one of which is 11 minutes long. We're going to have to do some trimming. I was thinking that we could probably fit maybe some Soil Work. Tonight's a really progressive night. If there's one thing that I've noticed while putting together this playlist, if you want tracks about dirt and earth and stone, you end up getting a lot of prog and a lot of melodeath, and kind of lighter tracks. These are the groups that focus on nature and shit. And that's it's been a sort of prog heavy night. But I'm thinking, given that there's kind of a dog's breakfast about girth. No, sir. No, Cly. Given that it's a dog's breakfast in chat and nobody actually has any useful feedback, let us continue. I am trying to decide what to play next. I've got a brand new Soil Work track. And Soil Work, it's not potato themed unless you count actually unearthing potatoes as soil work. You see what I did there? But Soil Work is one of those bands that have been around so long. They're so influential on the space. They are Swedish metal royalty. And they started in 95, just at the height of sort of the explosion of what was happening in classic Gothenburg death metal. And they had it in their own direction. Hey, Mariano, potato! They arguably grow in soil and shit. Arguably, we could have grown a whole lot of potatoes in chat tonight, friends. So these guys, they kind of took what was happening in the 90s with death metal, and they went in their own direction, and they became a lot more concert and radio friendly, and they're really, really well known now. So they just released, at the end of 2020, they released a short album called A Wisp of the Atlantic. And it's crazy that this came out, because I swear to God, I remember the 2019 album. Remember that whole thing where we've been talking about I've lost an entire goddamn decade? Yeah, I did. So, good night, Marco. You did really good. You almost made it to the end of the show. You are a champ. I'm going to play you this Soil Work track. It's called Death Diviner. If there's one thing that we all have in common, it is we are all going to die. We are all going to rot under the earth like a forgotten potato. And there's something about that makes life even more beautiful, don't you think? So, I'm going to play you brand new Soil Work, and then we'll check how much time we have left. We will obviously end by upping the irons. A bunch of potato tracks. From earth I rose, dust, everything I touch turns to gold, then coal, beneath death leaves. All of these tracks are probably going to have to get cut, but hey, no big deal. It's because I've been able to stand around talking with you tonight, and I've had a lot of fun. So, if you want to test out the new software, and you want to kind of help this whole thing out, if you're willing to follow on traditional social media, please do. YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, Vim, Theta, wherever you might be watching, please do the needful, because we're trying to grow some of this blockchain stuff and take it a little further out into the world. So I know all of you are far too cool for that, but if you're hanging, click the button. Maybe I can make you pop up on the stream. Maybe not. I don't know. Here you go. It's brand new Soil Work. the inevitability of death, the long stare into the dark, cold vagina. Julia, what was that? L'appel du vagin? The call of the void, the call of the vagina? I don't know. We're having a crossover of shows right now. My name is Crimson Clad. This is FullForce Radio. I got you for another 20 minutes or so here on Brutal Potato MSP Waves.
Blessings from the death
go. Some new soil work. It's good. Got them blast beats. Clean singing for those of you who are scared of growling. It rips. It's good. I'm digging it. All right, so in the musical interlude there, I fucked up my camera so I could bring you some super duper up close doggy face. So there you go. And now my camera is completely broken and looks terrible. I'm sorry. But hey, no problem. So if you've been hanging out with me all night, you're super fucking cool. Thanks for being here. I've completely ruined the framing on my camera. Had it, lost it. But that's fine. You don't care. You all want the dog anyways. Look at him being sad down here in the corner. I lifted him up and I put him on a pedestal and I put him right where right where you guys wanted him. My name is Crimson Clad. This is Full Force Radio. People are talking about big dicks, tall men, and good cardio in chat, and I like all of these things, so good job. Potatoes, potatoes, potatoes. The dog is here. We've had a great day. I will say I'm going to have to trim a bunch of stuff that I wanted to put on this playlist. Skeleton Witch, Beneath the Dead Leaves, Catatonia, Soil Song, Amorphous, From Earth I Rose, Fields of the Nephilim Dust, Neoblivis Scarus, and Plague Flowers, because potato flowers are poisonous. All of that's got to come off the playlist. However, I will be adding this to the Full Force master list. You can find them all on Le Spotify. And we'll just do Latvia meme writing instead. People are just mashing potatoes essentially in chat. Also, Ron has put like a deep dream image that is horrible in chat. And it's like, you're pretty sure there's a dick in it, but there isn't. But your eye is looking for one, and you think there is one. You know what? Cool. So the dog is now sad because there's not that much show left. So we'll have to come back, and we will go straight... skip the running and just smoke crank. Yeah, you know, I actually do enjoy cardio, and I do run. But the only reason I do that is because, again, I am chubby and cute and have gigantic tits. And if I don't... I would be a disaster. I would be a fat blob. So, you know, it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act. I like being a little bit chubby and also very strong. So I will continue to bench press my dog on camera. No one report me to the SPCA and we will all be good. For the last track of the night, because I can't fit enough tracks in here, I am going to have to just revert to, well, maybe I could fit two. Maybe. I could play some Skeleton Witch. Should we fit the Skeleton Witch in? They are like a blackened thrash band. How about I do Skeleton Witch and then we come back and we up the irons for the last track. Out of the Silent Planet. Let's do that. Yeah, fuck it. Let's have some thrash. Jason, turn it up. My name is Crimson Clad. Beneath the dead leaves, I'm gonna molder like a potato. Oh shit, we're not playing this. No, we're not playing that. Sorry, guys. So hey, listen up. We have come basically right up against the end of the show. I've got less than 10 minutes left. I have a 6-hour Iron Maiden track. My name is Crimson Clad, and I have just informed my friends that we have successfully done the potato episode. Leave a nice little comment in chat. I will relay it, and we will play one last song. So like I said, very tenuous connection, but it is tradition to always finish the show by Up in the Irons. I'm rocking the Iron Maiden shirt tonight. So we're gonna finish up with Out of the Silent Planet. And if you are going to sing along, that is the part that you sing along. If you don't know the words, that's it. Those are the ones you need to know. Out of the silent planet we are. Those are the words. That's the sing along. That's the chorus. You just do the thing. And then I will come back and I will say goodbye to you before the MSP Wave stream is all done. And then I'll say goodbye to you on all the other social media. So leave your delightful potato playlist comments in chat. I will relay them. And the dog will be here. I'm going to turn up the Iron Maiden. This has been quite a show. And someday we may actually lure these friends in. We may not. It has been fun. And next week we will be back with more, so don't you worry. And of course, I'll be back to say goodbye, play goodbye, hey, goodbye. Not yet. Out of the Silent Planet. My name is Crimson Clad. Last song of the night on FullForce Radio. Yeah! Fuck your ears.
Out of the silent planet we are.
Yeah, we finish with a classic rock and roll outro. Iron Maiden off Brave New World, arguably an excellent Iron Maiden album, because they all are. My name is Crimson Clad, and we snuck in. We had to trim an awful lot of the potato. We had a hug pit. It was sick. Good things were happening in chat. Lacey came back just to be licked, as all of us. This is the hug pit. It is the way that we tell each other that we love each other and thrash here in Full Force Radio. I'll be back next week. I'm going to run out of time on MSP Waves, so you guys who are here in the Discord, I'm going to get cut off. People watching elsewhere, I will see you next week. I thought I saw my face go by in chat a couple times. I'll have to scroll up. I think I saw my face on a potato. Thanks so much for coming out. I will be back later. Much love. Go to fullforce.rocks. Bye! Oh, what a night. What a night. Okay, friends. I'm getting ready to turn off the stream. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun. It was totally tubular.